talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say what? We about to break bread right now. Alright, y'all. If you don't know, what's up with the curve? Good to see you, love. It's time to tighten up, y'all. It's time to tighten up. Everybody can't be in your business no more. Your business ain't everybody's business. Please come in and tap that screenshot it live. And when it comes to standing on business, you feel me? I need you to know what business you standing on. What business is you standing on? We gonna go around and talk to the people, but you know, sometimes I think it's best that we talk to each other and you know, I give y'all opportunity to get to know me and where I'm coming from. So it's like you're not going in blindly supporting somebody or giving your time to somebody. Okay, peace to you. So for me, quite frankly, when it comes to the business that I stand on, hey, I stand on the business of we are here to inspire, especially when the highest thing we can do is inspire each other. You feel me? Tap that screenshot alive if you new around here. If you ain't following me, send me a follow on TikTok. If you ain't subscribed on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. The highest thing we can do is to inspire, right? So why not take the best or the route that's gonna get you the highest level of turnover towards your goal? Why not? You feel me? Why not? I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm just saying though. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta put this one thing in the chat on my YouTube. But just think about that, y'all, because today we're going to see the plug. Don't forget, as we usually do. And if you know anything about the life, you feel me? You know, if you're going to see the plug, you making big moves every day. And when I say it's time out for everybody being in your business, it's time out. What's up with it, Sue? Good to see you, love. Appreciate your energy, y'all. If y'all could, tap that screen, share it live. Save a life out here. You feel me? Save a life. Peace to you, Veronica. Good to see you. Shaybo, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Again, these messages come by way of Black's Rehab. You feel me? Where we have creative solutions to deal with the things that we going through. It's time out for us running from our problems. It's time for us to start embracing these perceived obstacles as an opportunity. As an opportunity for you and me to grow along the way. You feel me? Along the way. So why would I play myself out of these opportunities is the question we must ask ourselves. Why do we play ourselves out these opportunities when we surmise that we could be doing anything other than growing from these opportunities? Being better for going through these opportunities. Please tap that screenshot alive, y'all. Spend time getting to know you. That's what these perceived obstacles give us a chance to do. Sometimes we don't spend enough time with ourselves to the point obstacles have to come up on us for us to start looking, you know, at certain things about ourselves. But a lot of us, we too, you know, out of tune with self to even do the comparisons, to do the cross-reference. Why are these things happening to me? What's the point in it for me to learn from these perceived obstacles? To the point I can see the opportunity. To the point I can see the opportunity. Peace to you, Angel. Y'all make sure y'all show love to the Queen Angel. She's definitely another big family member who, you know, supports the platform. You know, when I say these messages is brought to you by this queen, this king, Angel has definitely been one of the names that we have been mentioning, because at the end of the day, we live in a time, y'all, where you can invest firsthand in the things that you believe in, the things that you know that are going to allow for our people to continue achieving great things. You know, if y'all haven't made it over there to our great debate league, Solar Vision Debate League, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? Don't go another day. Make sure, you know, at some point, whether it's at the end, you know what I'm saying, before you drop a comment, come back and let me know that y'all went and subscribe, because we in the playoffs right now. We making it cool to think again. You know, that was my commercial break. Back to the business. Find your strengths. Find your strengths and things that you don't really like about how you react to or you respond to certain situations. Figure those things out so they can be your future strengths. Because for a lot of us, the reason why we so-called weak in certain areas is only because we lack experience. And that's why we're offering a lifestyle and an experience over here so we can work on healing ourselves through having different experiences that we aren't, you know, having to suffer adversely because of these experiences. Because life give us a lot of experiences, but through the systems and matrices that we create, a lot of times we have to suffer adversely through with these experiences. But be that as it may, still be ready to appreciate these moments as though you know this is, again, each one of these moments could be considered as a moment of atonement, a moment to forgive yourself for not recognizing the strength that is you, the greatness that is you. You feel me? The greatness that is you, for you not recognizing in each moment what your position is, what you can bring to each platform, each situation that you come up on. It's not by accident. Peace to you, JJ. Good to see you. Again, y'all, if y'all new around here, if you ain't following me already, make sure you send me a follow. Let's grow together. Let's grow together. Always edge yourself, meaning know. We was just talking about your strengths and your weaknesses. Know your strengths and your weaknesses. So today, shoot, if you only was able to do 10 push-ups yesterday, today you need to, hey, let's go for 12. I ain't saying go overboard, jump straight to 20, but let's edge to 12. Then the next day, let's go for 15. You feel me? Then the next day, let's go for 18. Then you got 2 more, we up to 20. You feel me? Just keep pushing yourself. Always be pushing yourself for better. Never get comfortable. Never get comfortable. Because today's greatness becomes tomorrow's mediocre. I'm just saying. Today's greatness becomes tomorrow's mediocre. Peace to you, singing beauty. Appreciate your energy, love. Always reward yourself for the good things that you do. Always reward yourself for the good things that you do. Again, if you're new around here, hit that follow. I will follow back. Let's grow together. And you will be notified of these encouraging moments. Appreciate that, Yeah, that's right. Appreciate that. Create a reward system with yourself. When you set out to do something and you accomplish that, reward yourself. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit in ways that this life could never give you. So when you do achieve things in life, you will receive that inner fulfillment because of the credit that you done been giving yourself. When you say, shoot, I set out to do this. Thank you, boss lady, for that investment. As I seek to invest in you, and we are allies. I see you. Pay attention, y'all. If you don't reward yourself, you will continue to shame yourself. Continue to shame yourself until you get to the point you blame yourself for everything. Everything. I'm glad you're excited, Shaybo. This is good news. These is things to be excited about. Man, shout out to nobody being in here. You feel me? Shout out to you, Queen. Come on now. As we begin to give ourselves credit, we begin to raise up our belief in ourselves. Not belief in puffed up. Oh, look at me. Hey, I'm better than everybody else. I look better than everybody else. Look, the standards of beauty change every now and then. You feel me? Hey, far as you know it, shoot, the way they keep on changing, the way we are growing so rapidly as people, the standards change. It used to be every 2 years. Now it seems like it's during that every 2 months. Every 2 months. So don't get caught up in what they saying is fire today. Tomorrow, that might not be that way. But I'm also noticing we leaving room for diversity. Remember what we was talking about the other day? You feel me? There's different forms of beauty. There's different forms of beauty. And truly, this is coming by way of everybody coming forth and being who they truly are. Not hiding their truth. Walking in your truth. Showing people, look, you know what? You don't got to be ugly just because you're going through stuff. You can come get on live and encourage other people and say, look, you know what? I'm going through things, but I got to smile. I know I got to smile through it. Because if you don't smile through it, what's up with it, Q? If you don't smile through it, you will lose your magic. Again, I can't go without acknowledging certain things. Shout out to my bro Q Butter. You feel me? A good brother who gets up and make it his life duty. Like I said, you got to pay attention to the people that bring you a message that is of upliftment for you. And it's not all about them. Those that are preparing for a future for us. So when we say, what business are you standing on? This is what we talking about. Are you using your energy to the highest? Like, we are high capacity, you know what I'm saying? We are high capacity vessels. I wanted to say vehicles, you feel me? But we are high capacity vessels. Meaning if you don't exercise this vessel, you begin to act as though, what some would say, a bad child. When truth be told, people are only bad or good based on our purpose for them in our lives. And if they're serving it. So when you think about it, for a lot of us, if we're not serving our purpose to have all of this power, come on, G, to have all of this possibility can be overwhelming to the point when you see people depressed, it's because they're imploding. They're imploding. Because when you don't build up the inward man, the inward woman, when you don't pay attention to the things that are of your womb, that are of your mind, that are of your heart conscious, you begin to lose feeling, lose touch, to the point certain things just don't make that much sense to you. And you just go throughout life winging it. You find one thing that feel good to you and you say, that's good, that's cool for me. But how could you ever open your mind if you never experienced diversity? And when I say diversity, I don't mean get caught up in, man, shoot, every day I'm going to do, like, every day, try something new. Learn something new. Like, let's do that. Start there first. Every day, ask yourself, what did I learn new today? Before you go to sleep. And if you did learn nothing new, take it up on yourself to allow for your mind to absorb something new. Stop being so hard on yourself, being like, I don't got the time to learn. No. It's been proven that we download information. We download information. So as sure as I'm giving off energy, you're downloading it. You feel me? Based on your collective of experiences, aka the faculties and coding, which are you, to the point you compute it to be what you needed and how it's useful to you. That's the importance of this conversation. That's why it's called Plug Talk. That's why we on the way to the plug. And I'm talking from the plug's perspective. I'm giving you a different point of view than a middleman. Somebody who wants you to keep on having to come to them. I need you to be able to see, even when you're looking at me, you're looking at yourself. You're looking at yourself. And when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at myself, so I must respect you as such. That's why I say I love you as myself, so I don't forget. Because as long as we see separation, it's easy for us to rationalize the mistreatment of each other. Because truth be told, people suffer for the lack of basic necessities out here. That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. You gotta let them toddlers' hair strands get strong before you be pulling, cutting, or any of that. That's fact, nobody. Appreciate you sharing that. Everybody pay attention to my chat. I got beautiful people around me. And the beautiful thing is, it's a result of when you shine your light, you feel me, for the world to see, hey, beautiful people will show up. Because again, we are reflections of others. You bring your atmosphere with you. That's why it's important to reprogram yourself or know that you are being programmed. So therefore, you can reprogram yourself for greatness and not leave it to chance, not leave it to circumstance. Because right and wrong is truly just circumstance. The setup is for you to never ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? You heard the saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Meaning, if you don't got no purpose or intention on what you're going to do with your energy will be utilized in some form or another. But it might not be towards your upliftment. It might not be towards your upliftment. So you might want to pay close attention to where your attention is given. Remember, where you put your focus, your attention. It's like reaching out. And after reaching out for so long, you're there. It becomes a mental state. So we have to be careful. We only begin to worry because we stay in the unknown for so long, and we fear. We fear the unknown rather than embracing it. So when the obstacle come along, the worry is by way of the lack of preparation. So the way to overcome is to constantly be prepared. If something, bothers you, scares you a little bit, don't eject yourself from the situation. Embrace it. Oh, okay. That bothers me. From a safe distance, don't get me wrong. That bothers me. Oh, okay. When the first time I was ever bothered by something like this? You feel me? How do my parents usually respond to this? Because this is where we get our traits from. Bugs only scare little kids who saw their mothers or fathers jump. But if you saw that bug on your own, you would explore it just like anything else you explored. I remember being a little kid taking stoppers out the tub and watching, the funnel that it make. You feel me? Just saying. These things I would learn later on have a lot to do with the magnetic force or field on this planet. The electromagnetic force on this planet. Or that is us. That is all animated matter. Again, ask yourself, what do you stand for? What are we? You know what I'm saying? Understanding what we are is a big thing. Because if you don't understand what you are, you can't understand the ways of you. The ways of things that's going to add to you. Different hydrogen bonds that might enhance your life. Just throwing that out there. It might not even be something that's good for you. So you might need to stay away from hydrogen. But know what you're made of, so you will know the things that'll be good for your makeup. But for a lot of us, we just assuming other people know it. And then here it is, you get to find out they don't know nothing. Because here it is, they programming or putting us in situations where we have to create solutions. And each one of us wind up getting pulled out the crowd based on the solutions that we create. So it lets you know the whole time they watching you. The people make this world go round. It's not just one group. It's all of us. How you doing, my G? It's all of us. So I'm imparting on you that you got a part to play before you start thinking, just because everybody already started playing before you got here, that you don't. We are given images that if we tried to act them out, we could crash out. Pay attention to that. Remember I was talking about earlier, the standards, how they get recalled. It's certain things that we being shown that if you don't check yourself, you gonna get, you gonna set yourself up for the kill. Like I said, it's time out for everybody knowing your business again. It's time out for everybody knowing what your so-called bad habits is. Not to mention, you can become a stumbling block for somebody else. They recalling lifestyles all the time. And when they pull the rug, will you be standing? Will you be still standing when they pull the rug on the lifestyle you living? Again, I spent my whole life getting pressured into certain situations, and I'm grateful for it. Because it's the understanding of the pressure that was being put on me that led to me to be able to make decisions and stand on my conviction and learn from each decision to the point it's like, you know what, no matter where they drop me, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. You got to import strategy to go further, y'all. We can't just always keep letting things happen. But even when you see how things tend to, appreciate that love, King. Appreciate that investment as I invest in you. We are allies for life. I'll never forget this moment. I hope you don't either. Impart strategy so you can go further, y'all. Understand what was working today so you can apply that the next time certain things come your way, as well as apply it ahead of time before things. You got to learn to get ahead of things too. You feel me? And through you continue to do this in succession, you will develop a certain amount of resilience. Recognize there's things in the air before I move forward. So we going against the grain in all actions. But stand in that conviction and stand firm. Stand on that business. Recognize that I am greatness in motion for real. I am greatness in motion for real. Things that are dead only flow with the current. You feel me? Things that are alive can go against the grain. And when you go against the grain, you develop strength. You go against the grain, you develop strength. So when things come against you that seem like obstacles, that seem unsurmountable, that you have to develop strength to muster through, recognize this is what we must do. Embrace it so we do not lose our strength, so we can stay calm. Peace to you, Miss Myra. So we can stay calm enough to find a solution to do what we must. The setup is they want you to get mad because you got problems. Get mad because you got problems. How you going to solve them then? How many times you been able to find a solution when you was mad, man? I'm talking about like so mad that you just saying stuff and you in your head, you like, man, I don't really want to be this man. I can barely breathe. My head hurting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, but I've always had this thing called wherewithal. That even in the midst of things, I'm feeling everything and I'm absorbing and watching and paying attention to even myself. Enough to know like, dang, this ain't a good feeling. So that every time I got mad, I was like, man, you know what? I don't want to keep doing this to myself or nobody else. Or nobody else. So when you discover this, like we found out yesterday, don't get mad in your discovery. No, that's a good thing. If you made it your duty, right? If you made it your profession or your job, if you was an anthropologist and you discovered some anthropologist and you discovered some, would you be mad? No. You would be excited. Cause this how you get your pay. This how you eat. Okay, for us, this is our currency. This is our charge. When we discover different things about ourselves, this is how you get that fulfillment. This is how you get that fulfillment. And it comes through you living in your purpose. They want you to get mad because people talking about you. When you putting in work, it's going to put you at the top, right? So why wouldn't you be the topic? Why wouldn't you be the topic? I'm just saying, you ever thought about that? Why wouldn't you be the topic if you out here putting in that work? What else they supposed to be talking about? And if they talking behind your back, I mean, they already in the past, little baby. So let the past be the past. Stop bringing up old shit. Stop bringing up old shit. That's right. Like I said, my sister used to tell me when I asked her, like, sis, how you able to go out here and perform in front of all these people and do your steps to exact, knowing that people might laugh at you? She said, baby, bro, they gonna laugh at you anyway. Some people gonna laugh anyway. But if you doing your thing, guess what? You can't worry about it. At least you know you did what you was supposed to. Appreciate that investment, King. At least you know you did what you was supposed to. And at that point, you can weigh it out. You can tell who's who at that point. You can tell who hating and who really, you know what I'm saying, for you at that point. You gotta, man, I'm telling you, you gotta stay focused. And how you gonna come up is exactly that. You gotta stay focused on the path that you chosen. Invest in yourself. Meaning, start buying certain things that's towards the direction you trying to go. Because if you don't, it's going to be a hard lesson learned. Either way, it's going to be a hard lesson learned. You're going to have to pay for it through adversity. So why not pay for it on the front end by investing in yourself? And saying, look, I want to know this information, so I'm going to go over here and get this information. I want to learn how to calm myself down. So I'm going to go to the rites of passage, retreat with the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Blacks Rehab family. I'm going to go to the rites of passage retreat. I'm going to send my child to learn what it means to be finally free at the summer camp. Like, family, this what we doing over here. Like, I can't speak for nobody else, nor will I try to reach. But what I would say, I love to, align with certain people. I would love to get assistance. So we all can achieve the perfect peace that we desire. You gotta be out here putting in work of upliftment, y'all. Seek to be an inspiration. That's how more things come into play for us. Get to know yourself. Again, once you out here setting out to be an inspiration, as much as you might be inspired. I mean, as much as you might be inspiring other people, guess what? You might be inspired as well to keep on living. To understand that everything you going through is going to make a difference for the people that you're going to reach. For the people that's going to need your inspiration and wisdom. As the easiest way to get where you going is to help each other, y'all. To help each other. I'm telling you, understand. Understand, you are made up of fail-proof mechanisms within you. So stop worrying if you're going to fail. The fact that you think you are. Life has nothing else to do but give you confirmations of your own bias. You feel me? You have to fully engulf yourself in love to learn from it. As it's the heightened intelligence that is love that's going to know if you just going through the motion trying to fake it. Those not consumed with hate shall, come on. It's not that they're going to take over an authority. They're going to assume authority because people that are full of hate, they're going to do away with their own self. Going to do away with their own selves from within. We think, oh, this person, they don't like this group because that's what they did to them. And they don't like this group because they different from them. Truth be told, a lot of us don't understand the diversities of ourselves. So how could we ever appreciate the diversities of everybody else? Of everybody else. Regardless to how they feel about you. Just because somebody hates you don't mean you got to hate too. And when you love yourself so much, you won't even put yourself through certain things. You won't put yourself through certain things. To me, shoot, at some point we got to recognize hating is really, it go right along with what it rhyme with. It's really faking. You know what I'm saying? It's really faking. It's misplaced love. You care enough to give your attention to it. That's what a lot of people got to realize. Stop giving your attention to things that you despise. And some of us might come to find out it ain't that you despise it. You just like having things to talk about or things to dislike. You just like having things to dislike. So you search out to find things like, dang. You watch the news just so you can be sad. I mean, how many times you gotta watch it? Just because they changed the characters, it's still the same storyline. Shout out to you, Leah. Good to see you, love. It's still the same storyline. Stop being a glutton for punishment. Stop. At some point, you gotta be able to smell it in the air. Know the signs of certain things. I ain't saying rush to judgment. But when you see it coming up on and it begins to play out and you know what it is, don't let it trigger you to act out. Because other people acting out. Don't let it. See it through. Okay. All right. And if you empathic, like I know you are, you might have to back up and create a different strategy if you really want to impact this person, in a life that's in a way that's going to be edifying. For some of us, some situations is going to cause for us to have to back up, you know what I'm saying, and regroup. You feel me? It's all right. Some people ain't meant to be that close to you. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't meant to be that close to you. But sometimes you had to get a close look to know what you were supposed to do. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you ever notice, most people that are like very inclined to be able to defend themselves, no matter what the situation is, they tend to be very calm. You know why? It's because they know what they gonna do, regardless. They know what they gonna do, regardless to the obstacle. And they also know in order for them to be able to survive any situation or thrive in any situation, they must first calm themselves. And for darn sure not believe that they gonna get destroyed. You have to have a strong belief in yourself to rise to the occasion, to express all the capabilities of you. We human beings, meaning you can't be nothing that you can't conceive. Meaning your state of being determines what you receive from this life. What you receive from this life. Again, what business is you standing on? What business is you standing on if you ain't taking the time to get to know you inside and out? Meaning get to know the capabilities of this high capacity vessel. Get to know the spirit of you, the capabilities of your spirit, what they mean. When your stomach get to growling, that don't mean it's time to eat. That means somebody's cleaning up. A part of you is cleaning up. Understand your faculties so you don't keep throwing stuff in the way. And then the faculties within you is just like, we're going to put that to the side. We're going to put that to the side. Then next thing you know, you got a tire that's burning you alive. Because, that's how fat, that's how it get dealt with. It burns. Especially when it get, you know what I'm saying? When it gets heated. That's why a lot of times you see people, they have a hard time staying cool, you feel me? Or they find themselves hot a lot of times. But again, remember when it get hot, that's still the body's way of what? Using a fail-proof mechanism within it to step in and save you. But if you don't understand yourself, your makeup or any of that, can't relate, can't identify, then guess what? You will eject yourself from this situation. You won't stand on business. You'll lay it down. You'll lay it down. Not lay it down as to find balance, but to lay it down as to give up on self. But even then, I know this too will allow for you to have a moment of atonement. You may have to forgive yourself for doubting self. You know what I'm saying? When things work out like they supposed to again. As sure as things is bothering you. Appreciate you, Dior. Appreciate your presence as well as your investment, my ally. As sure as things is bothering you, right? But then the thing that's bothering you is a solution. But the fact that we don't embrace the fact that something is bothering us, a lot of times we try to just ignore it. And then it just keeps building, keeps building, keeps building. And like into, the immature child or whatnot. Appreciate that, Queen. Like into the immature child, you wind up taking it out on somebody else. When truth be told, it's all because you only upset because of your avoidance of self. Your avoidance of self. And all the time you spent avoiding yourself. Be real, we busy being distracted. Distracted from what? Us. The truth that is us. But if you want anything to change in your life, change the way you think about life. By spending some time with yourself, you'll come to find out you are great, man. You are amazing. You are amazing. You way more than anybody can tell you. Why? Because they only know what you express. They only know what you express for the most part. Because they, just like you, being busy, being distracted too. But when you go inside to see the greatness that is you, you can clearly tell people to their face like, bro, you going through that because you got this. Just calm down, though. Find balance. Find balance. Find balance. In this conquest, appreciate every moment, every breath, every step. Then it'll make sense. Appreciate your losses and your wins. By learning your lessons, no matter what happened. Peace to you, True Spit. No matter what happens, you got this, champ. You got this. Champion you. Champion being you. That's what you should be, proud of the most. The time that you spend being you. That's why I appreciate when I get to meet people and they share little things with me about their life. And I say little things because it's the many moments in life that make a whole life. Don't get caught up in each moment as though it's going to make or break your whole life, or else it will shape your life depending on how long of a scene you allow for this movie to play. Thank you, Donnie, for the support, love. Appreciate that. One of my stronger brothers, man. Appreciate you, King. Pay attention, man, to the time that you spend doing the thing. Pay attention to the people you give your energy to and you support. And when you do support them, pay attention to do it, help them. Because we supposed to, help people and, make them recognize that they are appreciated. Don't get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets to the point, helping them in certain manners goes beyond its usefulness, we got to be real with ourselves too. We can't be sitting over there throwing money at a problem and see that ain't what it need or that ain't helping in the moment and not make an adjustment in our strategy. You feel me? And not make an adjustment in our strategy, y'all. We got this. We got this. You don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Meaning, figure out the business of figuring out you. Figure out what makes you tick. Figure out what's important to you. Stand on that business for people how you falling for what they saying is important or what they saying you must do. Pay attention now to the people that point it back to you and the people that make it all about them. I'm listening as I'm talking to you, I promise you. I hope you getting it as I'm getting it. I am grateful for this moment to be a conduit. I would also like to take this time to appreciate the family who been tapping in, everybody who been investing in the platform to make sure we can do this. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that our energy is represented. The beautiful thing about how technology is changing is we affect the algorithms. There's an algorithm for everything, meaning there's a market for whatever, right? We understand that, right? But the more we interact with each other on these platforms, the more we support each other through the gifts, through the cash apps, the PayPals, the comments, the shares, the likes, you feel me? The subscriptions. That's how we build up the atmosphere, the environments that we can thrive in. No other way. So the time for putting it off on big brother, you know what I'm saying, little sister, whoever you want to call, you feel me? It's over with. It's over with. You let your own grass grow too high at this point, and we got to mow the shit. We got to do it together, though. I got you. And when we get through with your yard, come help me finish mine. And then we got to help bro around the corner. Then we got to go help sis up the street. We got work to do. In any other situation, you would not be upset to discover that you had work to do because you would recognize it's security, meaning you got money coming to you on the regular. Same thing with this. We got currency coming on us on the regular because we're going to be inspired by our lives. We're going to live an inspired life so that others may be inspired by seeing us, by being near us, by coming into our presence. Let's truly be a blessing. Truly be a blessing. Again, why wouldn't you want to be the greatest of all time? If they say the greatest thing we can do or the highest affection we can have upon each other is inspiration, why would you serve? Or what other way would your energy be best served? And if when you pass away, the thing that's going to ride you to your grave is not living up to your possibilities, or your living up to your highest potential. How else can you live up to your highest potential other than perform as the high capacity vessel that you are by tapping in and recognizing how we do this again? Remember how we work them fingers as a baby. Remember that. So when you got to start working these spiritual fingers of reaching out and touching people without actually having to touch people, using your communication skills to edify and lift up people without really having to pick up people. You see what I'm saying? Then you become one with the creative force. And then once you start to touch things, your touch, it's not the same as when people touch things without intention or out of tune with purpose, just mindless, following direction. Rather than being in tune, being in the sweet spot, understanding how things come into existence because you in one with the creative force. Meaning you in the front, you bringing things into existence. Not being the child in the middle suffering the consequences of the preparation of the parent, one parent, and the lack of preparation of the other parent until you pull apart. Not that. You don't want to be in the middle, nor do you want to be at the end with the lack of preparation. Understand how things come into being so you can bring things into existence. I used to tell my friends all the time, y'all can draw too. But you got to recognize, stop trying to repeat what other people draw, dude. Draw what you want to. And can't nobody tell you, hey, your picture ain't what you pictured in your mind and materialized on paper. That's what it means to go into the dark. Take your divine ideas and bring them to fruition so they may be solutions, so that our everyday lives may be better for you doing what you was meant to do, moving in your purpose. Moving in your purpose. Reason why we find ourselves lacking basic necessities is because everybody ain't playing their part. And for the most part, a lot of us feel like it's for somebody else to do. And we supposed to just help somebody else bring they ideas in fruition. You know, of course, I get it. How else you learn how to, be a leader of sorts unless you follow? But at some point, the guard will change. And I'm going to need you to be ready to step in. And where you are, you got to be ready to, step up too. You know what I'm saying? You might tap in with me, you might tap in with a few people, but apply this thing so you know it to be true. So you can see the effects when your mother call you. Or when your mother pull up on your YouTube and man, don't tell you, hey, hush your mouth. But just edify, and I could feel my mother's weight being lifted off of her. Of worrying, how my baby gonna, you know what I'm saying? You know how it go, y'all. You know how it go. Nah. Not today. Not today, JJ. That's what I'm holding. I don't got that much. It's in my pocket, though. It's in my pocket. But with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all standing on the business that is you. I love you as myself, and it ain't nothing you can do about it, as we are one. And I'm so glad we in connection. Kinfolk. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say what? We just broke bread right now. Peace within, peace out. I see y'all in a minute, my family on YouTube. Love y'all, my family on TikTok. Hold on, we ain't going nowhere just yet.